I went for a medical assessment recently, nothing serious, quite a standard medical assessment, just sort of height and weight and blood pressure and heart rate, that sort of thing. But I wasn't really looking forward to the weight bit because I don't have scales at home, I don't believe in them. I do have kitchen scales now, and I'd be lying if I said I hadn't weighed anything of myself in them. Left one's heavier, interesting. But I don't have bathroom scales. I don't think it's healthy. Why would I do something every day that makes me feel a bit shit? So I do instead. I think a lot of people do this. It's a much healthier way of doing it. You just judge it on your clothes, don't you? Judge it on your clothes, and then when your clothes start getting a bit tight, you think, well, maybe it's time I went out and bought bigger clothes. So I told the doctor I wasn't really looking forward to the weight, but he said, we still have to do it. I said, no, I understand. I'm just trying to think of a way to make it a bit more fun. And he said, well, what do you suggest? I said, well, how about this? Simple as this. How about I guess my own weight? And he said, okay, we can do that. So I guessed my own weight, and I got it right, and I was fucking thrilled. And he just went, nobody's ever been that happy about being that weight before. Which I thought was a little mean, so I said back, perhaps too loudly. And also, I don't know where this came from. It just fell out of my mouth. I just went, it's more important to be right than to be thin. Some of you might have noticed I've got new glasses. I went to the optician. I went into the little room with the lady and the computer. She brought my record up on the screen. She said, can I ask you a question? I said, yes, of course. She said, have you been going somewhere else? And I thought, I've never been accused of cheating on my optician before. I said, no, why? She said, I haven't had your eyes tested since 2012. It's quite a long time ago, which surprised me. I've been wearing glasses since I was 6 years old. Give me a woo if you also wear glasses. Loads of it. Maybe some of you are like me. I normally love an eye test because to me it's a fun quiz and then I can see again. Like, what's not to like? But I always forget the bit they do at the beginning. You know, sort of health check that they do now where they kind of blow on your eyes. Well, it's the machine. It's not the lady, is it? That'd be creepy as fuck if she just leant in and went... She said, good news, your eyes are in perfect health. I said, good, I'm glad something is, because I'm 47 and things are starting to sort of hang and unravel and dribble a bit. It's one of the reasons I've got leggings on tonight. Very absorbent. My advice to the front row is just breathe with your mouths tonight. That's my advice. No sniffy, sniffy, all mouthy, mouthy. But then we got onto the actual eyes test itself, and she did the bit, you know, where they say, is it clearer now? And now? And now? And now? I don't think they tell them at optician school that like 90% of their future job is going to be finding fancier ways of saying, and now? And now? And now? And, no! Too far. That one's too far. Then she did the bit with the circles. You remember this bit where they say the circle's darker on the red or on the green or on the green or on the red? Then she said, I want you to read that bottom line. I said, not a problem. I looked at it. It was very small. I said, it might be a bit of guesswork. She said, that's all right. Just try your best. So I studied it and I went, J? And then I looked at her face to see if I was nailing it, because you do that, don't you? She was very professional. I could not tell. I went back to a J. And then I went, B. And she said, can I just stop you there? They're numbers. But I explained to her that my husband was also in having an eye test. He'd gone in 5 minutes ahead of me with a different optician, obviously. I said, I think he's probably done by now. She said, oh, he's definitely done by now. I said, why did you say it like that? She said, we've been in here a really long time. I said, why? She said, well, if you came a bit more often, I wouldn't have so much to tell you. All right, arsey cow. So I came out and my husband was there waiting for ages, sure enough, all done. And we worked out it was 8 years since his last appointment and 9 for me, so he wasn't much better than I was. I said, what did they say about your eyes? What was the verdict? He said, oh, they said they're pretty much the same. In fact, if anything, they might be a bit better. Fucking better. Fucking better. Whose eyes improve with age? It's not fucking Wolverine. But this is exactly the same when we go to the dentist, because he's got really good teeth, never needs anything doing. Sometimes he'll do a scrape and polish so you feel like he's joining in on the experience. I have terrible teeth. Whenever I go to the dentist, I ask, how many fillings do I need? Because it's always at least one. I have, and I don't think this is common, a loyalty card at the dentist. Can tell from your response it's not common at all, is it? It's a little bit of cardboard. It's got all my teeth drawn on. Every time I get a fill in, they colour another one in. And when it's full, I get diabetes. The last time my husband had a scrape and polish, he went to pay afterwards, and the lady said, no, you can have this one free of charge because your wife is such a good customer. His eyes are improving, his teeth are always fine. I've got a horrible feeling that we're turning into Richard and Judy. It's harsh, but you know what I mean, don't you? I don't think Judy Finnegan is aging badly. I think she's aging normally. He, I think, is drinking the blood of a virgin. The reason she looks like she does is because she's got to deal with his shit every fucking day. Every time he opens his mouth to talk, we all cringe, don't we? What's he going to say? She's just glad he's not going down on her. There's an image for you all to take home. You're welcome. I tend to feel guilty as well. And the thing I feel guilty about the most at the moment is the fact that I don't give blood. Give us a cheer if you give blood on a regular basis. Yes. A few could always be marketing. I think it's the marketing that's to blame, because I heard the advert on the radio, and the advert goes like this: would you like to save a life? And I thought, not really bothered. Do I know them? But I've heard that you get a half-hour sit down. Is that right? You get a half-hour sit down? Yeah? And you get a cup of tea, is that right? Oh, biscuit. Did you know about the biscuits? Who's them biscuits? Where are you, love? Nice lady there. What kind of biscuits do they have? What's the best biscuit that they have at your place?
Bourbons.
Oh, Bourbons, and somebody in the middle went, yeah. Got a big Bourbon fan in tonight. So, can anybody do... The Bourbon's pretty good. Can anybody do better than a Bourbon at their blood place?
Club biscuits.
Club biscuits. Who said that? Where are you, fella? Hello, fella. Do they have a variety of club biscuits or just the one flavour?
I'll just go for the orange one.
You just go for the orange ones. You're not a hero at all, are you? Just going for the free orange clubs. Excellent. We've got... Are we going to get any better than an orange club? I don't know. What was that? Party rings. Are you 9? Are they fanned out, like on a plate, all fancy? That's what I'd want. Jelly and ice cream as well. That would... Party rings. I haven't had a party ring in years. Can anybody do better than party rings at orange clubs? No, that's it. They've got no... I'm sorry. I could compete with the lady with the Bourbon, but I'm fucked against the orange clubs. But you see, this is the sort of thing that we need to know, isn't it? This should be in the advert. The advert shouldn't be, would you like to save a life? The advert should be... Do you like sitting down? I do love sitting down. Do you like cups of tea? I love cups of tea. We've got party rings. Oh, if you've got party rings, why don't we see if you need some fucking bone marrow while we're on? I did a show in Manchester and a lady shouted, at my place, if you pretend you don't feel very well, they give you a sandwich. Prawn mayonnaise. Give me a woo if you've had a smear test in the last 3 years. All very proud of ourselves, as should be. It's very important. I made an appointment at the doctor's, went along to the doctor's surgery, went into the nurse's room, she pulled the curtain round, told me to get undressed. All very normal so far. I took off my trainers, my socks, my jeans, my knickers. There was a flicker of a second where I forgot where I was. I was quite tired that day. And I also took off my top and my bra. And I thought, I'm going to have to really quickly put these back on again, or she's going to whip this curtain back and think it's a date. But as I was putting my top and my bra back on, she shouted over the top of the curtain, what size speculum are you? And I thought, am I supposed to know that? I've got a horrible feeling it's one of my security questions at the bank. I never know the answers to them either. I think we're all fairly worldly wise in this room here tonight, but if anybody genuinely doesn't know what a speculum is, the best way I could describe it to you, it's basically a car jack, but for fannies. It's very much that bit. It's not the bit where they go in with a spoon. It's not a spoon, is it? She asked me what size spoon I was. I'd be like, I'd like to think a table, but I've got a horrible feeling I'm a ladle. I didn't know what size speculum I was. I texted my husband because I thought he's been down there a bit, he might have an idea. He just sent back a picture of 3 of his fingers. Or 2 if you're a Polish handyman. But after the smear test was over, I went into the reception area. The lady on reception, as soon as she saw me approach, she said, "Well done." And I thought that was lovely. And I said as much. I said, "Thanks so much for saying that." I said, "We all worry about these appointments, but they're over in seconds. They're only really a bit uncomfortable, and they're so important." But I said, "I was worried about it, but I'm glad I've been. Thank you so much for saying that. It means a lot to me." She said, "What do you think I said?" I said, "You said, well done." She said, "I said, all done." Ah, shit! So I picked up my lolly and my sticker and I fucked off. Actually, while I'm on this kind of subject, I've got something to tell you. There's no comedy here. I need to tell you this, though. I went for a mammogram. It was my first one. It was routine. It was all clear. The lady said to me, "Did you find that it hurt very much?" And I said, "No, it was just a bit uncomfortable, really." She said, "People always think that it hurts a lot and it stops them from coming, and it's so important that people come and get checked early." She said, "Could you do me a favour and could you tell your friends?" And I got home that night and I thought, I think I can go one better than that, and I can tell all of the glorious women in my audiences every single night on tour to get your tits checked, please. No joke, just a fact. It's not that bad. Just get it done.